We get started in 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. We are gonna get started. Let's go.
You give me freedom, freedom, freedom I've been looking for. Freedom, freedom is you. You give me freedom, freedom, freedom I've been looking for. Freedom, freedom is you.
But I know it's useless. I do it for you, baby. I do this, yeah. Got me acting stupid. I prove it for you, baby. I prove it. How you do this?
You give me freedom, you give me freedom I've been looking for.
But I know it's
God, you are killing.
We are gonna get started here in 1 minute. 1 minute, guys. What I want to do in the chat right now, I want you guys to drop what are some goals that you are struggling reaching. What are some goals that you're struggling reaching? Let's go.
baby, you still.
Come on, get high, push my lips, faith and desire. Shoot your lips, just pull me down hard, drown me in love. So come on, get high, push my lips, faith and desire. Shoot your lips, just pull me down hard, drown me in love.
30 seconds. Nobody should be, somebody should be on this call. Send it out. If you know somebody should be on this call, send it out.
It's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give up. It's not your birthday.
All right, let's get this thing rocking. What is going on, everybody? And welcome to today's conversion call. We had a smaller group probably today because it is a holiday. Well, for most people, it's a holiday. So I wonder if there's a lot of people taking off today in real estate. And that's kind of what I want to talk about to you guys, because this is an opportunity day, big time. But first off, my name is John Marone. I am the CINC conversion specialist. We have created Conversion Day, which is a live event that we have done for over 7,500 agents, now pushing almost 8,000 for the last 4 years. And our conversion rate from contact to appointment set is 33%. Contact to appointment set with these CINC leads, 33%. And today we're going to go over a little bit on how you guys can duplicate that as well. We're going to do a little role play today as well. So let's see in the chat here, when I ask the question, what is some things that you guys are struggling with, the goals that you're struggling with hitting? So I'm going to go into the chat and see. And well, I saw you guys dropping some stuff in here. There we go. All right. So we got getting responses and not just read emails, conversions, lead conversion. Okay. What do you mean by that? Right. So what do you mean by conversion? Here's the reason why I ask you that. I was talking to somebody the other day and I said, okay, John, I'm having problem converting. I said, okay, how many times are you calling one lead? And they said, well, once or twice. And I asked them, you don't have a conversion problem, you have a calling problem. You have a calling problem, not a conversion problem. Now, there may be a conversion call or a conversion problem once you get past the calling problem, right? And so just sometimes it's not a conversion. Sometimes you're not calling enough. And that's what I really want to talk about today on the mindset shift, because, I was listening to a podcast this morning and it was just talking about being legendary, right? Like, who here, drop a yes in the chat if you want to be legendary, or you want to create something of a huge impact for you and your family, right? A legendary impact. We all do, right? We all do. But here's one thing I think most real estate agents forget about being legendary. Being legendary only happens if you're working on the longevity play. I'll say it one more time. Being legendary only happens when you're consistently bought in and working on longevity. Too many of you right now may be sitting there saying, man, I need to convert leads fast. I need to go ahead and get my business up fast. And I'm telling you that you don't need that, because obviously that'd be great. But are you somebody that is too much into instant gratification? Now, look, maybe it's not really your fault, right? Uber Eats, Favor, Uber, the scooters you can get and just get on and, start going from one place. And look, there's constant places that the world has given us the opportunity for instant gratification, but building a business, my friends, is not one. Now, maybe you've built a business very quickly, but maybe you're at that point now where you're stalling out. And that's usually what happens. You either have built a business quickly and you stalled out because you didn't put the fundamentals in place, right? Or maybe you're somebody right now that's looking for that quick hit, that quick pill, that quick thing that's going to get them to the next level. In reality, there is no such thing now. If you got to the next level by a very quick instant gratification moment, it's all it is a moment. It's not true growth. Now, I'm proud of you for having that, but let's be real here. Are you playing the game of longevity? Because if you aren't, you cannot be legendary. If you're not playing the game for longevity, then you cannot create something that's going to be legendary. There's a phrase that I live by, and it's, you cannot build, write this down, you cannot build a strong business on a weak foundation. I'll say it again. You cannot build a strong business on a weak foundation. What does your foundation look like? Do you have one? Do you have the structure for success? Yes or no into the chat right now. Because most of you guys don't, and that's okay. It's why we're here, right? Like, first thing is own it. Own where you're at so you can understand where you need to go, right? And how to fill the gaps. So let's talk about structure. Who here, and I'm going to give you guys some tools for structure. That's what I want to talk to you guys about today. Who here role plays? If you role play at least twice a week, say yes and say no if you didn't. Once again, no guilt, no shame here, just clarity. Do you role play at least twice a week? Yes or no? My man Austin said he didn't have a strong foundation until he met me. My dude. Okay, we got no, yes. No, okay. So we got, I would say about 70% of no's. 70% of no. So let's talk about that piece of the structure. If you're always trying to step up to the plate without going to the batting cage, you're never going to be able to see the pitch like you should be. Okay? If you don't have it in your calendar to role play at least twice a week, ideally 3 times a week, you're not going to be able to master your craft. Stop trying to make more money. Start getting in the batting cage, right? Start role playing, start practicing, start getting really good at your craft, because making money will be a byproduct. Making money will be a byproduct to the work that you're putting in before you get on the calls. So you want to be legendary? It starts with having a legendary practice routine. It's a must. It's not, oh, I should be. No, it's a must. And I know the excuses. We've heard them all. The time, the uncomfortability. I don't have it. I get it. It's all an excuse. It's not a priority. So if you want to create a legendary business, go ahead and create a legendary practice routine. 3 days a week, bare minimum. Remember, mastering your craft is a part of your job. It's a part of your role. Nobody would know who Tom Brady is if he didn't practice what he practiced. Nobody would know the greats of the greats of whether it's music, whether it's acting, right? Whether it's speakers, whether it's whatever it is. They would not have the opportunity to change the lives they had if they didn't put the practice in. So that's structure number 1. If you don't have it in your calendar to role play at least 3 times a week, put it in there. If you want to increase your pay, increase your role play. If you want to increase your pay, increase your role play. Number 2, for structure. What does the first 2 hours of your morning look like? Are you somebody that's waking up and say yes if this is you? We're going to do a little rapid fire. Are you somebody that wakes up and goes right for your phone to go on social media or check your emails? Yes or no? Don't lie, guys. Yes. Got a few no's in there. There you go. Okay. All right. So that's number 1. Also, let's talk about, are you somebody who wakes up and immediately you are drinking coffee or drinking some kind of energy drink before you drink at least a bottle or a cup of water? Yes. All right. let's stay on those two really quick, and then we're going to jump to the next few things we should do in our morning. First off, I'm not going to get into the nerdy side of what happens when you when you touch your phone first thing in the morning. And I'm also going to tell you that I'm nowhere near perfect at this, but I do know that when we get better at not touching our phone for the first 90 minutes, the rest of our day goes a lot different, because being reactive creates and is a contagious reaction, basically, for more things to come your way for you to react versus proactively. So first thing, when you're touching your phone, you're dealing with everybody else's problems without creating solutions in your own. Now, you may not feel that, but at a subconscious level, when you read these statuses, when you read these emails, you're creating chaos in your brain. Okay? Stay away from the phone for the first 90 minutes. I know it's hard, but it can be done. Number two, those who do not drink water first. When you're going through sleep, your body should be resting, relaxing, right? But you're also dehydrating. Okay, so when you wake up in the morning and you're dehydrated, and the first thing you grab is that water, the first thing you grab is that coffee. What's the difference? Water or coffee? Right? Oh no, coffee gets me up in the morning, but does it? Coffee is a natural dehydrator, and energy drinks a natural dehydrator. So when you're grabbing the natural dehydrator and you're already dehydrated, do you have less or more focus? Right? Way less focus, less or more clarity, way less clarity, less or more energy. You feel like you have more energy, but yet you burn out way faster. Use this phrase. That's what I use to go ahead and continue to drink water first thing in the morning. And that is, feet touch the ground, water I pound. Feet touch the ground, water I pound. All right. So it's water first thing in the morning. We're not touching our phone. And if you have a problem, by the way, with hitting snooze, I'm going to give you guys a quick little tip. Put your phone away from you if you have a problem hitting snooze. Because what happens is, okay, let's play a scenario out. All right. Over here, and we got Brooks. He's a guy who hits the snooze all the time. Brooks, not saying that's you, just using your name. Okay. And all of a sudden, alarm goes off and he hits the snooze button. Right. But now what if Brooks put his phone 5 steps away from him? He has to get up to turn the alarm off. His feet touch the ground, his water he pounds. As he drinks his water, he's getting natural energy, natural focus, and clarity. He goes to shut off his alarm, and no longer is he laying in his cozy, comfortable bed. He is now up and has created natural energy through the water that he has drank. And so now there's a much more likely chance that he's going to go on with his day versus back in his bed. You guys with me on that? You guys, yes or no? You guys with me on that? And I would say if you hit the snooze, you lose. Believe me, having a 5-week-old, I've hit the snooze a few times and I shouldn't have. Absolutely shouldn't have. Okay, the last few things that we're going to talk about for the morning routine is making sure that you have your gratitude done and your affirmations done in at least 20 minutes of personal development. I'm not going to go too deep into this, but your morning routine should look like as follows. Wake up in enough time to give yourself 2 hours of uninterrupted you time. Whatever that, it might be different for Marvin than it is for, Danielle, right? It might look different for Alfonso than it does for George. But what is your 2 hours before anybody wakes up, before things go on, that you need to be waking up to take care of you? Okay. So 2 hours before anybody has, the ability to come to you, right? So if it's 5, it's 5. It's 6, is it 4? It's 4. Okay. Then no phone for the first 90 minutes. Listen to Spotify, podcast, different story, but I'm talking about the scrolling that just goes on for hours, right? Or for supposed to be 2 minutes and it ends up being 20. Okay. Number 3 is feet touch the ground, water you pound. Number 4, affirmations and gratitude. As I said, I won't go deep into it, but it's not about saying it. It's about feeling it, seeing it, experiencing it. So when you say the things you're grateful for, don't just say what you're grateful for. Actually create a picture in your brain by getting really descriptive. Same with affirmations. And then last but not least, 20 minutes of personal development. And that's my last question to you guys. Who here takes at least 20 minutes to read a personal development book or listen to an Audible at least 20 minutes, 3 days a week? At least 20 minutes, 3 days a week while taking notes, not just driving, but at least 20 minutes and taking notes. Yes or no? 20 minutes, 3 days a week. Yes or no? Do you take 20 minutes, 3 days a week while taking notes I'm sorry, but just listening to something is not good enough as far as the standard you should be keeping for yourself. All right, here's a quote, another quote I live by. And the reason why I asked this question last before we dive into role play is simply because your business will never outgrow you. Your business will never outgrow you. And if it does, it happens by chance. And a lot of times those businesses fall faster than they actually grew. Your business will never outgrow you. What does that mean? It means if you're not dedicating time for your personal development, feeding your brain to things that you need to enhance your quality of life, to enhance your thinking, to give you a different perspective, to challenge the way you're currently doing things. If you're not doing that at least 3 days a week, your business will not grow to the ability that it actually could. I'm telling you right now. 20 minutes. Take notes, right? Take notes. So let's kind of recap. Your morning is everything for your day. Number 2, you cannot build a strong business on a weak foundation. So get the foundation done. One of those things is make sure you guys have enough time to practice script work, role play. And then lastly, for that structure piece, make sure you guys have your dialing time already set on Sunday for the rest of the week. Because if you don't, we all know something will find priority over it. Would you guys agree? If you don't set it, right, as this is a priority for me to dial during 9 to 10, you will find something else to put as priority over it, even though it shouldn't be. All right, you guys with me? Yes or yes? Let me know. We'll jump right into our role play here today. All right, let's go. All right, so who here wants to role play? I want somebody that's going to role play a buyer lead that is going to be the agent. Who here would like to do that? Raise your hand. Raise your hand and we'll unmute you. Let's see. Okay, we got a bunch of people. Good. Oh, by the way, have you guys dialed yet today? Have you guys made phone calls today? Yes or no? Curious. I love it. Look at these people. Hell yeah, let's go. Today's a huge day, by the way, to make dials. So if you're already dialed, pick it back up and do it again. Because today people are home, right? They're not working. So make sure you guys are using today to dial. One of our biggest days of conversion day was, I don't know if it was President's Day. It was another holiday that wasn't like a huge holiday, but it was one of the holidays that we did our conversion day that we had tremendous results on. All right, let's see who we got raising their hands. All right, we're going to go with Lana. Lana, I'm going to unmute you in 3, 2, and 1. Boom. Get you unmuted.
I'm here. Hi.
Hey, Lana, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I am doing amazing. Thank you for asking. So tell everybody where you're calling in from, what market you're in, and how long you've been in real estate.
I am calling from San Diego County, Carlsbad, to be more specific. I'm with agent with Compass. I've been in real estate for going on 9 years and splitted between East Coast and now a little over 4 years on the West Coast.
Awesome. So where about on the East Coast were you?
Northern Virginia. So
Okay.
the burbs of DC.
Nice. Okay. Awesome. So what made you raise your hand to want to role play? Curious.
Well, I don't know, want to lead by example, jump in. I have a team member on this call with me too.
Good, good, good. So what is your goal for this year, if you don't mind me asking, for transactions?
What does it say right here? I have it.
On you. That's good. That's good.
28 total.
Okay. Where are you at right now? And closed and pending?
1, 2, 3, like pretty far off. I think I'm going to say like I closed 3 and I got a couple more in escrow. So not there yet.
All right. It's all good. Like we're 2 months in, right? So I'm just going to do some quick math. So would fair to say you have about 6, so 3 closed and 3 pending?
2 pending. Yeah.
Okay. So let's go 5. So you need 23 more. And what do we? So we got 10 months left. Okay. So you essentially are going to need like 2 a month, right? 2 a month will put you at 20. That'll give you plenty. What is your strategy right now to get those 2 a month? And it's okay if nothing.
Yeah, no, I have some pent up demand from buyers that are carried over from last year. So I have like 4 solid ones in the pipeline. Then I have some new ones that are coming up. I am getting leads, buyer leads from my lender partner. Which also want to train my team members on how to convert those. So we're getting some buyer leads. Buyers are tough though right now. So we're also trying to get some listings. So working on that.
Yeah, they definitely are. But you know, there's right now, at least if you're able to make that relationship and make that connection, that's huge. And the reason why I asked you about the strategy is because what we find, and not saying this is your situation, is people have these goals, but they don't understand the commitments that they need to dial in on a weekly or daily basis to hit that goal, right? Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, okay, I got 28 because I did 20 last year. And if I did 28, well, I did more, right? Or whatever the case.
Yeah. No, I'm on board with what you're coaching. Absolutely. It takes effort and consistent effort, and you don't see results right away. So yeah,
absolutely. Right. That longevity. So I love it. I always like to challenge anybody I bring on here to see where they're at with it. So I'm glad that you're in tune with it and you understand it, and you got some systems on the back end working, and lender involved and everything. So let's dive in. Quick question before we do. Are you using our script and framework?
This is my first time joining your meeting. So I'm very excited.
All right. Awesome. So we're going to go over it. And the way we kind of do it is I'm going to give you like a little bit of pushback where I see like a landmine you stepped on or anything. And then afterwards, we will go ahead and we'll do some pros and some cons and some feedback. Does that work?
Yeah. I don't have any of your scripting available. So just,
I want you to do it
be nice.
I want you to do it how you would normally do it. That's the way I like to hear it out, because it's probably more natural for you to do it versus me saying, hey, here's my script. You would end up just going ahead and reading it kind of word for word and not being able to make it your own, which is honestly the best part about any kind of framework, is you can make it your own in your own flavor. So tell me how you would do it, and then we'll kind of go in and give some feedback along the way. Okay.
All right.
And by the way, this is a safe spot. So this is like no judgment. This is only a growth zone.
Okay.
So give me a ring.
All right. Ring, ring. Hi. Oh my God. Okay, let's backtrack. Remind me your name.
My name is John.
John. Okay. Hold on. Backtrack. All right. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, John.
No, this isn't John.
No. Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. Did I fail already?
So look, no, you didn't fail, right? Like failing, that word just scares me sometimes when people say that. So you had an obstacle, which is you said my name. And here's the reason why we don't say their name. Like the way the human brains work is myself and you, we are still firing off of caveman and cavewomen type of networks, right? Our neural pathways are still wired that way. So when human feels fear.
Nope, I lost you. You still there?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So when a human feels fear, it runs, right? Because it's there to protect us. That's what our brain does. Even when protecting us doesn't serve us, that's a whole nother story. So if you say, hey, John, or is this John? Immediately they feel like it's a sales call or feel like they maybe pitch something. What happens is their brain fires a signal to their nervous system. Their nervous system says, that's fear, run. And it shoots a signal up to their brain and it says, run. In this form, it's an excuse, right? Their form of running is, it's not John. I didn't register. I didn't sign up. You never want to say their name. Now, we've probably heard plenty of times, right, guys, where it's like, no, say their name. People love to hear their name, right?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
And so that's true if the person knows, likes, and trusts you. So let me ask you this, right? If you didn't know, like, or trust me, obviously we just met, but you went ahead and you went to a car dealership. You probably wanted to buy a car, but the the salesman came up to you and wanted to sell you something, right? Before he added any value, he kept bringing up your name. Is it Lana? Did I say it correctly?
Yeah.
So if he came up, he's like, hey, Lana, how's it going? Hey, Lana, doesn't this car look perfect? Lana, what do you think about this? Hey, Lana, what would that be a little annoying if you didn't know, like, or trust that person who kept saying your name?
Yeah. Well, if it says it correctly, I'm okay with it. It was like Elena.
Yeah. A little more intriguing with your situation. Absolutely. But in general, right? We don't want to hear somebody saying our name that we don't know, like, or trust. Now, once we know, like, and trust them, yeah, right?
Sure.
We want
Yeah,
them to say,
makes sense.
right now, they don't know, like, or trust you.
Okay. So what should I say?
So we don't want to bring it up. So I'm going to say, yes, it is me, right? Just out the gate. I want to see how it sounds. Then I'm going to break down for you a good opening line for you to start using. But I'm going to say, yes, it is me, just to make you feel comfortable in the transition to what you would normally say next.
Oh, no, I'm like super nervous.
No, don't be nervous. Guys, blow up the chat. Tell her, do not be nervous. This is what we do. It's all fun, growth. And it's honestly, there's nothing to be nervous about when there's growth available, right? And that's what it is. Like, do you have any kids?
Yeah.
Okay. How old are your kids?
13 and 11.
13, 11. Awesome. Boys or girls?
One of each.
Oh, see, I got the one of each as well. So high five. Do they play any kind of sports?
A little bit. They're not like super athletic, unfortunately. But
what do they do? Do they have any kind of extracurricular activities of any sort?
Daughter likes volleyball, and my son recently got into jujitsu, which he enjoys.
Ooh, that's awesome. Okay, so let's talk about your son in jiu-jitsu. Let's say somebody came, right, and they were somebody in the UFC, right, or somebody, a Gracie family, which is huge in jiu-jitsu, and they were one of the top coaches for the UFC fighters in jiu-jitsu. And all of a sudden, you know that your son's going to be in front of this guy. Would you tell him, son, you better raise your hand and you better, get it in front of him as much as possible in order to get his training? Or would you say kind of sit in the background? What would you say?
I would say go for it.
Like you just did, right? Like you just did. Now, don't be nervous about it, right? Like just know that this is a good opportunity for you to continue to grow. So let's go ahead and let's do it again from the top, and then we'll continue to go.
All right. Okay. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, John.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah. Do you have a couple minutes? Oh my God, I'm like so off. Anyways, so all right. All right. So what I normally say, I say, hey, John. This is Lana. I'm a local real estate expert here in Carlsbad. Giving you a call because my marketing team let me know you were looking for properties in this area. It's am I right? Is that the case?
I mean, I was just on their browsing. I wasn't really interested. I know anybody was going to give me a call.
Oh, okay. Well, you did fill out information, and I apologize if this is unexpected. But again, I'm just giving you a courtesy call to let you know that you have a realtor that can help answer some questions for you. What's causing you to browse for properties?
I was just kind of seeing what's on the market compared to what we currently have.
Okay. Do you own a home currently?
Yes, we do.
Okay. We're like in Carlsbad or in another area?
Over in Carlsbad.
Okay, awesome. Whereabouts? I'm in Carlsbad too. I live and work here. I'm in Calvary Hills.
Yeah, I'm like 10 minutes from there.
Okay, awesome. So, so you're just kind of looking to get an idea of what your home is worth, or are you guys looking for something else compared to what you have now?
We just want to see what was out there compared to what we have now.
Okay. Do you mind sharing so I could see if I could help? Like, do you own a home or a condo? Or are you guys in a townhouse?
We are actually in a home, but it's just a little crammed over here right now.
Okay. So how much space do you have currently, and how much would you be more comfortable having?
I don't know as much about space as it is bedrooms, but I think we have about 2,500 square feet, and we just need some more rooms.
Okay. And do you have kids or are you guys working from home? Like what's causing you to need more space?
Yeah, we have kids and we work from home.
All right. How old are your kiddos? I've got a couple of those too.
We have a 5-week-old, a 5-year-old, and then a 10-year-old.
Oh my gosh, you got your hands full. So,
Yeah, we do.
wow. So how many bedrooms do you have right now?
We actually only have 3 right now, so it's an issue.
Oh gosh. All right. Yeah, that does sound like an issue. And how many do you think you would need? So with the 3 kids, so probably at least 4. Do you think you'll need more than that?
4 in an office. We absolutely would need an office.
And are you looking to stay in Carlsbad or open to other options?
I'm open. We're just once again just looking to see what was out there, and we weren't really sure, obviously, with the market the way it is right now, if there's anything available that's kind of what we're looking for with the price point and bedrooms.
Yeah. So, well, I have quite a few clients that are in the same boat too, like families growing or they're permanently remote. And the transition can be a little daunting, especially how quickly things are moving in this market. But I have some strategies that I've successfully implemented for my clients. So would love to share with you guys if you want to set up a quick meeting. Like I'm local here in Carlsbad. We can meet at my office or somewhere more convenient for you guys.
Can you just send me over some stuff and then I can just take a look at it and see if I like anything. I could let you know.
Well, I could drop off some information for you if you like for your current property and some information about myself, and then we could follow up and see if you want to meet in person. I think face-to-face in this virtual world is so much better than, or I mean, if you want to do Zoom, we could do that too. Just kind of get a little bit more in depth. I could share some information about how I work and what works for my clients. And then you can decide if you want to, if you want to continue to utilize my help. No commitment, just want to share some information with you.
Anyway, you could just email that over. I got a crazy schedule that I could just show the wife, and then you give me a call back in a few weeks when we come back. We're going to be going on vacation next week.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds like you do have quite an urgent need with the 3 kiddos and you guys crammed in 3 bedrooms. So, but absolutely, I work with, on your time and whatever is convenient for you. So if you want to give me your email address, I'll be more than happy to start with sending you over some information.
Yeah, you can send it to john@gmail.com.
Okay. Sounds great. And John, my name is Lana again. So keep an eye out for my email and I'll circle back with you in a few days once you get a chance to talk to your wife. Okay,
perfect. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Good job. See, there you go. Good job. You're a little nervous, huh? He said, look, I'm so glad that you did it though, because there's so much opportunity right now for you to absolutely crush the next calls. Because what I loved about it, Lana, is that you asked for the appointment. And I'm going to be honest, that's very hard for a lot of people. It's just to ask for the business. It's hard whether the conversation went well or didn't go well. So many agents have an issue just asking for the business in a way you did where it's like, hey, we can meet face to face or, at my office or something that's closer to you. But there's a few things that if you make some tweaks, you're going to crush in that 28. It's going to be easy with these leads that you have coming in. Okay. So let me go ahead. I'm going to share my screen with you just so you can kind of see it as well. So the opening line that works best, okay, hands down, is this right here. Remember, you're like, oh, what do I say? I didn't want to give it to you right away because if I would have just told it to you, it would have been probably more confusing than anything. Right. So when you call, we don't say their name. We don't say, how are you doing? And I know a lot of times that's hard to comprehend. Why don't we say, how are you doing? But that's a landmine. Right? 50-50 chance. Oh, I'm doing horrible. My kids are home driving me crazy. Whatever it might be. It could be good, but in actuality, it doesn't matter. And I don't want you to take that chance. Yeah. Now, if this is a follow-up call, different story, right? Different story. Then you say, hey, how are you doing? How's the kid? Like, that's different. But this is somebody you've never spoken to. Okay. And then the opening line should end like this. So it says, hey, this is John with the home search site. Home search site. You said, hey, this is Lana with my marketing team. First off, you said you're a real estate agent, right?
Yeah.
What does the average consumer think of a real estate agent?
We're annoying.
right? You have no value. You're annoying, sleazy car salesman. Now, we know this is not true, but we're going up against that perspective and we have to understand that.
Yeah.
So we don't want to say we're a real estate agent, because as soon as you say that you're a real estate agent, just those words, this script right here will give context clues to that. But when you come straight out and say that you're an agent, say that you're a realtor, what happens is the brain says fear. Once again, fear of disappointment, right? Fear of being sold, whatever. And human runs, AKA they create an excuse. So we don't want to say that.
Mm-hmm.
So you say, hey, this is John with the home search site. I noticed you were looking over in Destin at some homes. So I was just curious, you looking to make a move in the next few months, or are you just browsing? Why am I saying just browsing?
To give them an out.
Yeah. We know that's what they're going to say more than likely, right?
Yeah.
Like more than 80% of people will say just browsing. Give that to them. And then when we give them that out, they will bring their guard down. They won't feel like they're going to be sold. And where a guard comes down, that wall drops. Now we could actually build a real rapport without them being on the defense. So they say, oh, I was just browsing. Perfect. Look, that's exactly what the site is for. But while I have you, what's prompting you to browse?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a few ways to do it. If I just said it the way it reads, it sounds like this. Hey, this is John with the home search site. I noticed you were looking in Destin at some homes. I'm just curious, you looking to make a move in the next few months, or are you just browsing? That sounds really salesy,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Versus, hey, this is John with the home search site. I noticed you were looking over in Destin at some homes. I was just curious, you looking to make a move in the next few months, or you just browsing?
Mm-hmm.
The just browsing needs to have a real good clarity tonality. They say just browsing, you say perfect. Look, that's exactly what the site is for. What's prompting you to browse?
Mm-hmm.
Once again, that curiosity tonality, right? The curiosity tonality. Now, once you do that, then we open the gates, right? You dug a little bit deep in regards to, oh, you have kids? Great. How old are they? I mean, you must have your hands full. You got to continue to build that type of conversation outside of real estate, right? You need to continue to build that. But the one thing you also said was, you asked me too many questions at once,
Mm-hmm.
right? Oh, do you want a condo? You want a townhome? You want a house? Whenever we're asking somebody, do you want this or this? It's A, B question them.
Yeah.
Right? So are you thinking about a condo or a townhouse? Right? So let's go that route, right? When I'm really giving you much.
Yeah.
So I want you to be the buyer for a second.
Okay.
So let's just say you weren't really giving me much. I was like, okay, hey, look, I'm just curious. Are we looking for more of like a condo or a single family?
Depends on the price. I'm not really sure. A house will be nice.
Okay, perfect. So obviously depends on the price, but you said a house would be nice. Tell me a little bit more. Why are you leaning more towards house versus condo? Just curious.
Well, I've got a couple dogs, so it'd be nice to have a yard. So I'm open to a condo, I guess, if it has like a little grassy area, but most don't. So just as long as I have some outdoor space.
That's all. So you said you had a couple of dogs. How many is a couple? Because sometimes I hear a couple and I hear way more than two. What do you got? How many?
Two. I got two.
Okay. What kind of pups do you have?
A Chihuahua and a Boston Terrier.
Nice. Okay. All right. So, well, tell me about your current situation. Do you have a yard currently?
I'm just pretending, but I'm in an apartment, so I have to take them down the stairs and take them outside. So it's annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously, we want to make sure that, your dogs are taken care of, but also gives you a little bit of peace knowing that you can just open up the door and have them run in your backyard. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So what would that mean for you to be able to have that opportunity just to have a backyard that you can just kind of let them out in and you can kind of just play with them versus going to a dog park and getting them in the car?
Well, give me some time back. Yeah, it would be just a lot more convenient.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to freeze there. What did I do there though? Did you notice anything?
You reiterated and created a vision in my mind. Like, how nice would that be to have that?
And I also didn't jump, right? Where you gave me information, I stayed there and I stayed with it. right? I'm digging. I'm digging. So, okay, awesome. So why single family? Well, we want a yard. Interesting. Okay. So what? And first I extracted information. Why a yard? You said 2 dogs. Then I had fun with you, right? Okay. How many is a few? Because I've heard that before and I'm having a conversation. I extracted information and I come back in and I didn't leave yet. I did not leave the yard yet. I said, okay, tell me about your current situation. Oh, I don't have one. I'm in an apartment now and I got to go down the stairs and it's annoying. Emotion, that emotion of annoying I want, because it's pain, right? And that's why humans make decisions, pain or pleasure. But then I want to come in and say, so what would that look like and mean for you to be able to have your own backyard that you could just let them out and run around? I get time back. It would be so much more convenient. And you could already hear it in voice tonality and probably even their energy shift of the pleasure side. You see that?
Yeah.
But I don't want you to jump. Okay, so you want a house? Oh, you got dogs? Okay, perfect. Then you jump to, okay, how many bedrooms? No, stay there. Paint the picture.
I do that. Yeah. Like this is great.
Right. Okay. So then the next thing is, so the A-B question versus like the A-B-C-D-E question. And I catch myself doing this sometimes, right? And it usually happens, be honest, when you're nervous. Instead of like A-B question them, you throw out like 10 different things. And confused minds don't take action. That confuses people. Then the other part of it is being interested in their situation is great, right? And that's what you were doing. But at the same time, you were talking more about you than you were them. Right? Like I brought up pain about, man, we really need to get another, a few more bedrooms. How many bedrooms did I need? You said 4, right? And then I said something else.
Office. Yeah.
Said the office, right? What did you do when I told you office? Did you take that and do anything with it?
No, I should have asked why they need an office.
Yeah, right. Or have a, oh, okay, awesome. So in office, do you work from home a lot, or tell me about that? Yeah, I do. All right. And do you have an office now? And then dig into that.
Yeah. What would it mean for you? Yeah.
I'd be able to have my own space. And my wife wanted to.
If the kids all had their own bedrooms and you had your own office space.
Yeah. Right. And so the whole point of this is just making sure we're really interested in their situation, but staying in the pocket. And what I mean is just, look, if they say bigger backyard, stay there for a minute. See if there's true pain or pleasure. See what their current situation's like, right? If they say bigger bedrooms, you did very good as far as like, okay, tell me about, how big, as far as a house goes. And so that was good, right? You asked me that, but then you kind of jumped. And then the last thing, you kept pushing for the appointment, which I'm glad you did. When I said, just send me some emails, and I said, I'm going on vacation, get excited. Oh, that's awesome. Where are you going? Okay. Right. And then what I always want everybody to do is, if you are setting up, changing a search, sending an email, get a time to call them back, but get specific. Right. Okay. Awesome, John. So you said you're going on vacation to Destin. I love that. Why don't we do this? I'm going to send you over some stuff, and let's just get a time on the calendar just for 15 minutes, just so I can follow back up with you. And we can kind of go over what that strategy looks like. And in the meantime, I'm going to find some homes I hand select for you. So this way we can kind of walk through what you liked and what you didn't like over the phone. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that does sound good.
All right. So you come back when? When do you come back?
In 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay. Nice long vacation. Okay. Awesome. So why don't we do this? Let's set it. I don't want to hit you up as soon as you get back. You probably got to come up for air with everything you got going on. So let's set it for, whatever date we're going to say, right? March 18th. Does that work for you?
Yeah, it looks pretty good right now. Yeah.
Okay. What works better for you that we could go ahead and put something on the calendar? Would it be morning or evening?
Like afternoon, like after 2 should be good.
After 2. Okay. I live and die by my calendar, so I want to make sure it's in mine and yours. Does 3 o'clock work for you?
Yep. Sounds
perfect.
Good.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get a schedule for 3 o'clock on March 18th. Do you use a calendar to run your day as well?
Yeah, all the time. Yep.
Okay.
Can't live without it.
So this is what I'm going to do. So nothing gets booked over. I'm going to send you a calendar invite, so we both have it on our calendars. What's the best email that's associated with that?
Lana@gmail.com.
Boom. Okay. So I'm going to send it over. And then when I send it over, can you just do me a quick favor? Just hit accept so it pops up on both our calendars. Does that work?
Sure. Yep. Can do that.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Last but not least, Lana, I'm going to give you a call, email, or text the day before, just to remind you of the appointment. It's just our process. What works better for you? Call, email, or text?
Text is good.
All right, perfect. So I will text you so you see it. And then if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have an amazing vacation. Enjoy that beach. And we will see you on March 18th.
All right. Sounds great. Thanks for the call.
All right. Did you see kind of how I transitioned instead of just saying, okay, here you go, I'll call you in a few weeks?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Thank you. Setting up an actual time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. An actual, then, but how to tie that bow around it. To use a calendar to run your day. Okay, perfect. Can you hit accept? Like all those little yeses, it's a human psychology and sales, like behavior and art and science behind it, where they have to raise their hand as much as possible to show. So if they say, yes, I use my calendar. Yes, I'll hit accept. Yes, text me. That's how I communicate best. Now they've raised their hand several times versus, okay, I'll call you in 2 weeks. It's way different. Right. And in the meantime, they've already looked on somebody else's site. That person got a hold of them maybe when they had a few drinks in Destin, right? And they set an appointment. Right? So much can happen. Time kills deals. So let's get it on the calendar.
Yeah.
Okay. My last statement and feedback is here is, I don't know if I have it on this one or not. Hold on one second. There's a close I want you to get really good at using. I think it's this one. Let's see. Yes, here it is. Okay. So do you see this?
Yeah.
Whenever, guys, somebody's not giving you enough, they're not like really opening up, I want you to go ahead and use the clarity close. Where I'm like, hey, can you just email me? Hey, can you just send it over? Because hey, look, I totally get it. I just want to make sure you got the right person with the right strategy for the right time. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
This close will help somebody who's being a little resistant, somebody who says, just send something, somebody that says, I'm still a year out. This close works amazing. Then you go in, yeah, totally makes sense. Yeah, totally sounds fair. All right, so next step in the process, really simple. Let's just get a day on the calendar where we can connect and go over some of the stuff that I'm sending you, just to make sure that we're on the same page. Does that work? And then right into it. Yeah. All right, this close right here is gold. I'm telling you, it is actually, it's green because it's going to bring you a lot of money. But this close works so well. Any questions that you have of what I gave back to you, and then kind of feedback through the scripting?
No, that makes sense. And I've been getting some feedback too. My lender sometimes hears my calls and he's really good at, like, yeah, you need to slow down and talk to people. I tend to get nervous and then I kind of want to get off the phone because I feel like they do. So I just need to change my mindset. But yeah, this is doable. I could do this.
The only person in your way is you, and you know that.
Yeah.
So practicing consistently, like you said before, and then getting in there and making those dials and realizing that one call should never dictate the next call. Right? Put it in neutral. You got to put it in neutral sometimes. You're skilled enough. I could tell you asked for the business, which is hard as hell for some people. Now it's just not stepping on the landmines and using these small little things that are going to make a huge difference. Okay. Any questions? Anything else?
No, thank you.
Well, I appreciate you for jumping in here and getting comfortable being uncomfortable. Great job, and crush the week. If you need us, let us know. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys. So we're about to wrap up here in a few minutes, but before we do, I want to two things. One, if you guys need me, hit me up on Instagram at Real John Marone, at Real John Marone. Once again, it's I'll put it in here so you guys can see. If you have any questions whatsoever, reach out to me. But we're always putting content out there anyway of ways to go ahead and get better in your business and in your life. So go ahead and follow me on there. There is 85 people on this call, which is a very small amount compared to normal, because I think people are taking a day off. So I hope to see 85 new people coming to our Instagram, and go ahead and reach out if you need anything. What were your takeaways from today's call? Let's go. Drop your takeaways in from today's call. Anything from the beginning to the role play with Anna to the feedback. Let's go. Let's see. Someone says they got a lot of looking for a friend. I'll tap into that in a second, but I never registered. Catch yourself, Susan. See if you are saying, hey, I saw you register. If you're saying I saw you register, they're going to say, no, I didn't. It's a landmine, right? Looking for a friend. Perfect. So curious, why are you looking versus them? Are you trying to get them to move closer to you without them knowing, or do they just put you up to it so you can do some of the work and have fun with it, right? Then get on their side. Depending on their answer. Hey, no, they don't know. I just want to make sure that I send them some good homes, get in their side. Right. Oh yeah, they know, they just don't have time. Well, perfect. Let me help you go ahead and create a bunch of homes that really make sense for the lifestyle. Let's talk about it for a second. Right. Let's see. Bunch of people dropped some stuff in here. We got practice. Solidify a follow-up time with the prospect. Absolutely. The right person for the right. Okay. Yeah. So right person, right strategy, right time. Practice. Well, here's one thing about practice, guys. Practice like you play. Don't be role-playing sitting down if that's not how you're going to make your dials, because you shouldn't be. One thing I always hear people say is, oh, I wouldn't have said that if I was on an actual call. Yeah, you probably would have. Maybe not all the time, but a very high percentage. We practice like we play, right? Drink more water and be more productive in the mornings to start my day. Yes, the most important 4 hours of your day, 2 when you go to sleep and 2 when you wake up. More in-depth conversations, role play, boom, boom, boom. Practice at least 3 times a week. I love it. The CINC meetings. Yes. So mine are every other Monday at this time. Austin said, thanks, John. Always love your guidance. 4 p.m. Let's crush the cause. Let's go. Guys, look, if you need me, let me know. For those of you that are going to be at a CINC University with our conversion day, I will see you guys there. We got Atlanta this week. We got Phoenix next month. But if you guys need me outside of this, between the whistles, reach out to me, hit me up on Instagram, and let's jam. We are here to help any way possible. So appreciate you guys. Go crush the day. I'm proud of you guys, by the way, for jumping on when some people were slacking today because it's a holiday. So appreciate every single one of you guys. Know that you guys did the right thing, and it's what you do when you go the extra mile that makes a difference. And remember, like I said before, okay, like how we started, you cannot build a strong business on a weak foundation. If you want to be legendary, sign up for longevity, not instant gratification, because that creates long-term regret. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.